You now have 3 workflows guarding your project: tests that gate every pull request, a secure release pipeline, and a live docs site. But automation doesn't stop bad commits from landing locally. This module gives you the survival kit: stash, cherry-pick, bisect, and reflog. We'll break a repository on purpose so you can fix it here, not under pressure later. You just force-pushed the wrong branch and 3 days of work vanished. The repo was genuinely broken and everyone is waiting. Most people learn recovery commands while panicking. We are going to break a repository on purpose, right now, and you will use stash, cherry-pick, bisect, and reflog to fix it. By the time this ends, you will have run every one of these tools on a real disaster, so when the real one hits, you have already done it. We start by parking half of our changes with git stash, so we can pivot instantly. Then we do the urgent thing and get our work back using git stash pop, reclaiming our flow. Next, we take one commit from another branch with git cherry pick, surgically moving just what we need. We discover 6 commits landed this week by running git log, seeing the full timeline. When something breaks, we binary search over history with git bisect to find the exact moment. Finally, you just destroyed 3 commits with git reset, and we walk away with a set of scripts you can run on any repository. When you are mid-change and an urgent fix arrives, you cannot commit broken code, but you also cannot afford to lose your progress. The solution is git stash. It takes every modified and staged file, packs it into a temporary commit on a hidden ref, and gives you a completely clean working tree. You can switch branches, make the fix, and then reapply your work exactly as you left it. The key habit is always providing a message, so you never have to guess what a stash contains. In this lab, you will see how a single command parks half-finished work, including an untracked file, and leaves the tree ready for the next task. Priya is halfway through a search command in taskflow.py. The function doesn't even parse yet, and she has an untracked notes file. An urgent bug arrives, she can't commit this broken state. She runs git stash push half-finished search command. The U flag ensures the untracked searchnotes.md is included. Without it, that file would stay in her tree. Instantly, git status shows a clean working directory, and the broken search lines are gone from taskflow.py. Her work isn't lost. Git stash list shows the stash with her message, and git stash showstat confirms both files are safely stored as a hidden commit. We will create a broken change, stash it with a message, and confirm the tree is clean. Then we will prove the work is still there, stored as a commit on a hidden ref. First, we simulate being halfway through a feature by appending a broken function to taskflow.py and creating an untracked notes file. Git status shows the modified tracked file and the new untracked file. Then we run git stash push with 2 flags, U to include that untracked file, and M to attach a descriptive message. Without you, the notes file would remain in the tree and follow us to another branch. After the stash, we check status again and peek at the file to confirm the tree is clean. Finally, we list the stash and show its diff to prove the work is preserved. The first status confirms we are mid-change. Taskflow.py is modified and searchnotes.md is added but untracked. After the stash, the tree is completely clean, the branch header shows no changes, and the file ends cleanly. The stash list shows our entry with the message we gave it, and the diff proves both files were captured. Notice the stash is a real commit on a hidden ref. Your work is not gone, just parked safely out of the way. When an urgent fix interrupts your work, you need a way to set aside your changes, handle the emergency, and then get everything back exactly as it was. Git stash does exactly that. It saves your working directory and index, then gives you a clean tree. In this step, you'll create a hotfix branch, make the urgent commit, then return to your original branch and restore the stash. Watch what happens to the untracked file. The stash remembers it. And notice that after popping, the stash is gone, which is why the pitfall matters. Pop is apply plus drop. If you need to apply the same stash to multiple branches, use apply instead. Maya is halfway through adding a search feature to taskflow.py when a bug report comes in. The app crashes on an empty task list. She stashes her changes, including the new searchnotes.md file, to get a clean working tree. Then she creates a hotfix branch from main, adds a guard clause to taskflow.py, and commits it. Once the fix is in, she switches back to main and runs git stash pop. Her search work reappears, both the modified file and the untracked notes file are restored. The stash list is now empty because pop applies and then drops the stash. If she needed to apply the same stash to another branch, she'd use git stash apply instead. We'll switch to a new hotfix branch, commit a quick guard, then switch back to main and pop the stash. You'll see the staged file, the modified file, and the untracked file all come back, and the stash list will be empty. First, we enter the lab environment. Then we create and switch to a hotfix branch. We modify taskflow.py to add a guard comment, stage it, and commit with a fixed author date for consistency. The log shows the last 2 commits. Next, we switch back to main and check the status, it's clean. Then we pop the stash. After that, we verify that searchnotes.md is staged, taskflow.py is modified, and the to-do comment is back. We list the stash to confirm it's empty. Finally, we clean up by unstaging and removing the notes file and restoring taskflow.py, so the tree is clean for the next step. The output shows the hotfix branch created with 2 commits. Back on main, the status is clean. After popping, we see searchnotes.md staged as a new file and taskflow.py modified exactly the state we stashed. The tail of taskflow.py shows the half-written to-do, confirming our work is back. The stash list is now empty, proving pop removed it. Remember the pitfall: if you need to apply the same stash again, use git stash apply instead of pop. Sometimes you need just one commit from another branch, not the whole branch, not a merge, just that one fix. Maybe it's a hotfix that has to land on main before the rest of the feature is ready. Git's cherrypick command does exactly that. It takes the changes from a single commit and applies them as a new commit on your current branch. The key thing to understand is that cherrypick copies the change, it doesn't move the original commit, and the 2 commits are not linked in any way. In this lab, you'll see the hotfix commit sitting on its own branch, completely absent from main. Then you'll cherrypick it onto main, watch the change appear in the file, and notice that the new commit has a different SHA. That's the whole story, same patch, different commit. Our hotfix lives on hotfix/empty list, commit A1B2C3D. Main doesn't have it, grep shows no guard added by hotfix in taskflow.py. We cherry-pick that exact commit onto main. Git replays the patch, and now grep finds the guard line at line 42. But git log reveals a new commit, E5F6G7H, with the same message but a different hash. Same change, different identity, cherry-pick copies, it doesn't move or link the commits. We'll start by confirming the hotfix commit exists on its branch but not on main. Then we'll grab its short SHA, run cherrypick, and see the change land on main as a brand new commit with a fresh SHA. First, we enter the lab environment. Then we use git log to show the last 2 commits on hotfix/empty list, confirming the hotfix is there. Next, we grep taskflow.py for the guard comment, proving it's not on main yet. We capture the short SHA of the hotfix branch tip into a variable called fix. Then we run git cherrypick with that SHA, using fixed author and committer dates so the output is predictable. After the cherrypick, we grep again to show the guard line is now in the file on main. Finally, we log the last 2 commits on main to reveal the new SHA. The first section shows the hotfix commit db3e2bc on its branch, and confirms the guard line is not present on main. Then we see the cherrypick command succeed, creating commit 553438b on main. The grep now finds the guard line at line 29, the change arrived. The final log shows the new commit 553438b on main, with a different SHA from the original db3e2bc. Same patch, different commit. Cherrypick copies a change, it does not move it, and it does not link the 2 commits together. This is the right tool when you need to backport a fix to a release branch or rescue one good commit from a branch you're abandoning. If you find yourself picking 5 in a row, you probably wanted a merge or a rebase. When a bug appears after a series of commits, you could read every diff, but that's slow and error-prone. Instead, you can write a tiny reproduction script and let Git binary search the history for you. The script just needs to exit 0 for a good commit and non-0 for a bad one. In this step, we'll land 6 commits, confirm the bug is at head but not before the week started, and create an untracked probe script that will survive every checkout. That script is the key to the next step, where we'll let Git find the exact commit that broke the list command. 6 commits landed on main this week. At head, running taskflow list with no tasks crashes because a new summary header tries to access tasks, 0, before the empty list check. 6 commits ago, the same command exited cleanly. We write a tiny test script that runs taskflow list and checks the exit code. It fails at head, passes at the old commit. We start Git Bisect, mark the old commit as good and head as bad. Bisect picks the middle commit, we test, mark it bad, then test the next midpoint. After 2 more steps, Bisect identifies the exact commit that added the header line before the guard. That commit is the culprit. We'll simulate a week of commits, then write a small check script that tests whether listing an empty task list blows up. We'll run it at head, it will fail, and then at the commit before the week started, where it will pass. That tells us the break is somewhere in those 6 commits. First, we reset the lab and seed the taskflow project. Then we create 6 commits, each with a specific author date to simulate a real week. The third commit introduces the bug. It adds a summary header that accesses the first task's title before checking if the list is empty. After the commits, we log them to see the 6 hashes. Next, we write check.shell, a small shell script that uses Python to test that rendering an empty list returns no tasks yet. We make it executable. Running it at head fails, confirming the bug. We then detach head to 6 commits ago, run the script again, and it passes. Finally, we switch back to main and note that check.shell is untracked, so it will survive any checkout we do later. The log shows exactly 6 new commits on top of the initial ones. The check script fails at head with an assertion error, the empty list blows up. But when we jump back 6 commits, the same script passes cleanly. That proves the bug arrived during this week's work. The script is untracked, so it stays in the working tree no matter which commit we check out. That's what makes it a perfect Bisect probe. Git can run it at any point in history without the script disappearing. When a bug has been in the codebase for an unknown number of commits, checking every single one is a waste of time. Git Bisect performs a binary search over the history, which means it tests the middle commit, then narrows the range by half each time. You give it one commit where the bug exists and one where it does not, then hand it a test script that returns 0 for good and non-zero for bad. Git walks through the history, checking out commits and running your test, until it isolates the exact commit that introduced the failure. In this lab, you will see Bisect find the culprit in 6 commits with only 3 checkouts. Watch how the output narrows down to a single SHA, and then notice that Bisect leaves you on a detached head, so you must reset when you are done. Priya notices the summary header in taskflow.py is broken in the latest commit, but she knows it worked 6 commits ago. She starts the Bisect with Git Bisect start, marks head as bad and head 6 as good. Then she hands over her test script with Git Bisect run bash check.shell. Git automatically checks out the midpoint, runs the test, and narrows the range. After just 3 checkouts instead of 6, Git announces that commit A1B2C3D is the first bad commit. Priya resets with Git Bisect reset to get back to her branch, then inspects that commit's diff to see exactly what changed. We will start a Bisect session, mark the current commit as bad and 6 commits back as good, then let Git run our check script automatically. The output will show the bisection steps shrinking until it prints the first bad commit. First, Git Bisect start begins the binary search. Then we tell Git the current head is broken with Git Bisect bad head, and that 6 commits ago things worked with Git Bisect good head 6. Git immediately checks out a commit in the middle and reports how many steps remain. Next, Git Bisect run bash check.shell hands over our test script. Git will execute it on each checked out commit and use the exit code to decide good or bad. The run continues automatically until the first bad commit is found. The output shows the Bisect status moving from waiting for commits to bisecting with 2 revisions left, then 0 revisions left. Each step prints the commit being tested and the result of running check.shell. Finally, it declares EC8B905 as the first bad commit, along with the full commit details. This is the exact commit that introduced the bug found by testing only 3 commits instead of all 6. After that, Git Bisect reset returns us to the main branch, and we use Git show to inspect the diff of that one commit, confirming the change that broke task flow. A hard reset can feel like a disaster. 3 commits just disappeared from the log and from every branch. But Git keeps a safety net called the Reflog. It's a local journal of every position head has held in the last 90 days, even across resets, rebuses, and branch switches. Because it's purely local, it never pushes or clones, so nobody else has your copy, but that also means it's always there for you. In this step, you'll see the accident happen, watch the Reflog reveal exactly where you were before the reset, and then take those commits back with a single command. Watch how head 1 becomes the key that unlocks the lost history. Priya just ran git reset hard head 3 and her last 3 commits disappeared from git log. She checks the reflog with git reflog -8 and sees every head movement, including the reset. The entry head 1 points to where head was just before the reset, the tip of her lost work. She runs git reset hard head 1 and the commits are back, confirmed by git log 1 line -4. The reflog is local, so this recovery is always available on her machine. We'll run a hard reset to wipe 3 commits, confirm they're gone, then use the reflog to find the pre-reset position and restore everything. The commits will come back exactly as they were. First we enter the lab and show the 4 most recent commits so you can see what's about to be lost. Then we run git reset hard head 3, which moves the branch pointer back 3 commits and discards the working directory changes. A quick log confirms only 1 commit remains. Next we call git reflog -8 to list the last 8 head movements. This is where the lost commits still live. We filter for the reset entry to highlight it, then capture head 1, the position right before the reset, into a variable. Finally, git reset hard head 1 moves the branch back to that commit, and we log again to prove the 3 commits are restored. The first log shows 4 commits ending with test the priority levels. After the hard reset, the log shrinks to a single commit, and the note confirms those 3 are gone from every branch. The reflog then reveals the reset entry at head 0, and the previous position at head 1, which is exactly the commit we need. Resetting to head 1 brings back all 4 commits in order. The status output shows a clean main branch with only an untracked check script, proving the repository is exactly as it was before the accident. The takeaway: if a commit ever existed on your machine, the reflog can find it, so check it before you panic and redo a day of work. We walk through 6 survival scenarios and the PowerShell templates that automate each one, from stashing work to recovering lost commits. The single most useful thing to carry away is that you can script your way out of almost any Git disaster. When you automate the fix, you save the panic for something else. Let's lock in the survival kit. First, Stash with You parks everything, even untracked files, so you can switch tasks cleanly. When you come back, use apply instead of pop if you want to keep that stash for another branch. Cherry pick copies 1 commit, it doesn't move it, and the 2 commits stay separate. When something breaks, Bisect does a binary search over history to pinpoint the exact bad commit. And if you ever hard reset and think you lost work, Reflog has your back. Those commits are still local and recoverable. Practice these now, and you'll stay calm when it counts.